Alright, let's talk about Devora for a second. We have the two builds here, Buzzed and Arachnophobia. I know they got different names, but that's what they are in tournament.
Devora.
So let's compare Devora to MK's main poster boy. This is what I would suggest. Not, you know, nothing too crazy. All this data right here, even her down one, which is 8 startup frames, probably the worst one in the game, but it's deceptive because even though it's 8 frames, it's probably the longest reaching. Her down X, 9 frames, that's fine. I mean, Sonya's is down. Sonya's is 2 frames faster, but you know. So we're talking buzzed here. I wouldn't touch any of it. You know, we haven't had a patch. We haven't had an official balance patch yet, and this game's been out what, 2.5, maybe 3 months? I don't know, but that's pretty odd. That's the longest that I've seen that now. Balance patch has been pushed out, and that's good and bad. You know, we're not rushing things. We're letting the users feel out the product, but I think it's getting pretty close to putting out a balance patch. And with Combat League just starting again, I don't think we're going to get one anytime soon. Ground Swarm. Okay, that's a move that's one of the universals. I'm going to touch on that. Ground Swarm. This move needs to be sped up. Look at that. I mean, so if you go right, I mean, yeah. Yeah, like, okay, yeah, you just get a punch rate. You get hit right there, and people that have forward advancing moves, which, you know, all top tier characters have, will just get out of the way of that. Also, this move doesn't go full screen. So if I'm in one of those little zoning wars, which you will get into, well, that's when I get embarrassed by people that want to beat up Devora. They just go full screen and like come get me. This move, which, you know, would be designed to, hey, make them block while I creep up. She does have a good creep up screen. I mean, come on, guys, come on. You know, this move right here, the Fireflies, startup 18. At startup is 18. But I can barely move during any of that. The slowest projectile, what I would like is to get at least a little, maybe not halfway towards the screen, but at least let me, because when you throw this out there, make them block while I get to creep up a little. These are the two universals that I want touched up. This allow me to just get a little bit more speed, maybe 2 frames, that's all. Just 2 more. Just give me 2 more frames so I can catch up to people, because I know this is kind of supposed to keep people in place, but people catch on to that really quick, especially in the Combat League. And that's even that. I want to give me full screen on, and let me. I'm not asking to combo off of it. You know, I'm not asking to, like, you know, but just give me a little pressure here. Now also, with Buzzed, because this is your main, this is your, you know, I mean, 30% punishing crushing blow, which is very nice. And this right here allows this. Okay, you gotta wait. I mean that one, no one uses that. Come on, seriously. I mean, why do that? Why do that when if I catch you, I'll just do this, and which is her main pressure tool. And how is this not overhead? Look at that. It's nice that it's mid, but she's slamming down. I mean, how is that not overhead? Just make it overhead, please. So I mean, for Buzzed, that's it. Just leave all that there. Yeah, I know it sucks for the other variant that you don't get the parasite, and you know, you don't get that, you don't get this, you don't get that. And it kind of sucks that you're spending, you know, a slot on it, but you know, again, we've come to work around it, so please don't touch any of that. Okay, now let's talk about the other variant, that one that you probably almost never see, because for starters, this move we know what it's designed for. It's designed to make people who want to spam you far away, like, boom. Ooh, I like jump triangle. There we go. Hey, I mean, yay, 190 off that. I'm sure people do more damage, but that's what I do. 34 frames of startup. That is so a half second, which is very, very slow in a fighting game, especially a fighting game like this, where let's look at old boy here. Chord, move this. So that move starts up. Let's look at the spear. Spear's one of the slowest, I think one of the slowest projectiles startup wise. Half the speed. So there you go. I mean, there you go. How many times have I tried to, I see a projectile coming, I tried to freaking teleport away, on top of the person, and I get hit by a projectile. Look at old boy's freaking teleport is 23. And we know what we know what that does, right? I mean, that's just, right. I'm not saying make this as fast as Scorpion's teleport, but I mean, I'm sure we can find some middle ground. It's like you can't combo. Doesn't combo. Doesn't combo. Basically, and there's, I mean, why do, the only strength I found that combos in is there's 2-2 combo. 4 combo. 1-2 combo. Nope, that doesn't even combo. Wow. So, but again, why would I use that move when I could do, that? I mean, these are just the most basic of all. So why would I mean, so obviously this is meant for that. Just don't remind you, this special move takes up 2 slots. 2 slots, and it is by far one of the slowest and most useless teleports in this game. Yeah, okay, yeah, I could hold the person there, and then you start some pressure game. Yeah. I mean, but even still, at the end of the day, you're not getting that much damage, and you don't have a setup bug. Not like you could set up. Not like you could set anything up here. You don't have any type of setup bug or anything. If it's taking up 2 slots, why can't I do it in the air? 2 slots means a move is really good. So I should be able to do this in the air, and for the love of God, make this overhead. How is that a mid? How is a giant spider woman falling on top of you able to be crouch blocked? Yeah, okay, keep the other strings unbuzzed, but make this not maybe 28 frames. We find some middle ground here, not as fast as Scorpion's teleport, and or if you want to keep it a little bit slower, make it so she could duck down over a high projectiles, like a lot of characters do when they Scarlet ducks down, Shang's Spellmaster move, duck down. I mean, yeah, do something with that. So, I mean, especially for two ability slots. So those would be my key changes right there. I want this to be faster so I can actually use it what it's intended for. These 2 universal specials. Let me start up 84. Oh my god. I want these 2 universals. This one to be a little faster. Not crazy fast, not instantaneous, of course, but a little bit faster. Maybe 70 frames. And then this, I want the ability to actually be able. I want to get a good hop in while the bug's out, so because it allow me to, make up some distance on my opponent. Those would be, and then of course I want this to be overhead. You can only make 4 changes. Those would be the 4 I want. I don't want any, crazy. Now for stuff that I know won't probably happen, but what I would really like. I want the swarm move. See how the bugs are all around him? And you call them back, and they bite him when they come back. I want that on both of her builds. Because having bugs fly around her, I mean, no matter what skin you pick, what abilities you pick, you always have these bugs on you. I want these both of her. I want that to be a universal. And when the game was released, that used to be a defensive bar meter. Now it's offensive bar. But I'll just take getting the bug on them right now. I kind of think that it was intended to be one of her universals, because watch when I throw out Poopy Bug. Every Firefly that goes on him stays on him. So I kind of think this was intended for that. That's just my... I guess that would I guess you would see a lot more people wanting to use Devourer. Crazy talk now, I know, but if you're saying, okay, so you're taking Deadly Swarm off Arachnophobia, what would you put on? What I was thinking was this move. It doesn't do, like, again, now this character doesn't have quite the setup ability as Buzzed, but you do get something. I mean, it doesn't go nearly as far as Poopy Bug, but when you meter burn it, you get a nice little low, and you would be able to do that. That would be, I mean, that would be pretty cool. Okay, that works. See, that would be pretty cool, right? Especially if you were to make this overhead. Now, one last crazy thing I would ask. Do you remember the Blue Beetle in Injustice 2 that used to be able to jump up and do a little short hop in the air? Used to be able to jump back and jump forward, or do attack, float for a minute, attack again. Well, I mean, Devourer has wings, doesn't she? I mean, she flies in her intro. Why does this character not use any type of flying ability in her attack strings? Right? Why doesn't she have any type of aerial flying move in her attack strings? She does have some type of funky flying move in her on tournament abilities, but it is god awful. I mean, you just literally zip across the screen and you can't even attack. You know, you just zip across the screen and you come to the ground. Give the character an air dash. Cabal has an air dash for whatever reason. I guess he freaking opens his pipe up and spits out air. So those would be my pipe dreams right there. Deadly Swarm, universal. So then Arachnophobia would have this little guy. That little guy's pretty awesome. I would like to see that. I would like to see this little guy. I mean, 60 frames. All right. So I mean, I'd like to see this little guy in a, and if they add new variant, maybe that's why they're taking so long. Maybe they're making a bunch of new tournament variants out of the abilities that are still there. But yeah, so those would be my little pipe dreams. Well, agree, disagree, I'm crazy. Let me know. Laters.